Prime Minister Laurent Fabius had stirred Israeli anger in January by proposing such a conference and saying that France would recognize a Palestinian state if peace talks failed. At the meeting of the President and the French Foreign Minister, the two also discussed the latest developments in Syria and Egypt's call for a political settlement in the war-torn country, according to an official statement by the Egyptian presidency. Sisi argued that reaching a political settlement in coordination with regional and international powers would keep the unity of the Syrian territories and state institutions. The two also discussed the latest developments in Libya, with Sisi stressing the importance of supporting the Libyan National Army and lifting the United Nations arms embargo in order to enable the Libyan government to fight terrorism. The meeting of the two officials was attended by Egypt's Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry, the French Special Envoy to the Middle East, and the French Ambassador in Cairo. This is the first visit for Hero to Egypt as France's Minister of Foreign Affairs since he took office in February following the resignation of Fabius. The French Foreign Minister is expected to meet representatives of the Egyptian civil society during his two-day visit. Hiro's visit to Cairo comes as part of the preparations for French President François Hollande's visit to Egypt in April.
We're back to the daily debate live, and I'm honored to have with me General Husseiun Razek. General, well, talking about those military exercises that the President is attending in a named Thunder of the North. Well, Thunder, with the significance even of the term itself, it gives a sense of strength. That means that we are strong enough now to unify and to face the challenges ahead, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. But let me first, Tawreed, take this opportunity and to congratulate Egypt and the Egyptian diplomacy for choosing Mr. Ahmed Abulghait to be the Secretary General of the Arab League. This is a good step, and I know him well, and I wish him really the Arab League to be more successful in his reign, and we pray for him to make
a difference.
Yes, the things we hope in the Arab League, to be a very good and a very strong organization, unifying the Arab and facing very strongly the threat that directed to the Arab countries.
Right. Well, the choice of Abulghait came while we are still also following up another sense of cooperation among the Arabs. And those sense of exercises, the largest military exercise witnessed in the region. Another sense of cooperation here and coordination.
Yes, let me just say that such exercise is very important in our case. Among the Arabs in this critical period of history, we need to show our unity. We need to show our determined, to face the threat we are facing. And such operation, such a kind of exercise, which contains 20 Arab Islamic countries,
right?
Send a message very clear that we're still united, and we will maintain our solidarity, and we are going to deter any threat, in any Arab areas.
Right.
And it's a long battle, and we are prepared ourselves to win.
Right, so it's a message of coherence.
Yes.
That we are, there is a kind of coherence among the different Arab nations to face any sort of threats. Those sense of exercises, the significance of those exercises, and from the military expert perspective, the preparation, the sense of preparedness, the sense of fitness, more about that.
Let me first say it is one of the biggest exercise that had been occurred a long time ago. A lot of troops, equipment, and armament from different countries, and it had been planned, in 3 stages. The first stage to exercise the efficiency of the troops to be transported from its country to the located area in Hafr al-Batin. It's very complicated, and it takes a lot of time for planning, for providing transportation, for command and control system. A lot of complicated things, have to be planned and controlled very firmly to ensure the transportation of the troops to Hafr al-Batin. So it will take a long time. And the exercise itself had been planned in 3 stages. The first stage is to transport the national troops from the country to Hafr al-Batin. Right. This is the first one. The second one is a tactical training, the troops to know each other, to know the armament system, to know the command and control system, to make some tactical exercise. And the third one, which had been carried out today, is the operational training, which had been planned according to operational concept, to use the joint forces from different countries to achieve one mission, So I think that this is very good, and we have to continue running such exercise from time to time to maintain our strength and our determination to deter whatever enmities we are facing.
Right. Well, it's also a chance actually for improving skills, for exchanging expertise, and for knowing more about a sense of cooperation. So I guess we have many fruits out of those exercises and sharing in those exercises.
Exactly. Yeah. And just let me say something very important. The officers in all the Arab and Islamic countries, we are exchanging our experiments, through the training course. For example, we are receiving a lot of the Arab officers in our military schools and institutions in Egypt. We have from Saudi Arabia, from Kuwait, from Oman, from different countries, from Algeria, from Tunisia. So this had been occurred. But the most important thing is all the officers and the troops, to be in a joint operation, working together on the specific, according to a specific mission to achieve something, with sub-mission allocated to Egypt, to Saudi Arabia, but according to one concept, to carry out a specific mission on the ground. So that's very much, it needs a lot of cooperation and the coordination and the command and the control system and all these things practically is very good and a very good lesson to be learned out of these exercises.
Right. We'll be knowing more about lessons learned from those exercises, but let us also follow more from the Arab League and more about the headline of the day, the Arab foreign ministers unanimously agreeing Thursday to choose Egypt's former foreign minister Ahmed Abul Gheit as the new Arab League Secretary General. Congratulations for Egypt. And we have with us over the phone Excellency Ambassador Husseiun Haridi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much for being with us on the debate live. And tell me more about your reading of the choice of Mr. Ahmed Abul Gheit as the new Arab League Secretary General. Knowing Ahmed Abul Gheit, tell us more about the chances and the challenges ahead.
Well, of course, there is a host of challenges facing the new Secretary General of the Arab League. Let me stress that he is going to assume the office next July 1st, after the term of Dr. Al-Arabi would come to an end. So I guess from today till June 30th, the new Secretary General will have ample time to study the most pressing questions facing the Arab League from within the Arab League, not from outside it. And of course, as I said earlier, the Arab world is facing really what we can call a near existential threat coming from the cross-border terrorism. And of course, today negotiations between the Syrian government and the Syrian opposition started unofficially in Geneva. So this is one of the most pressing questions that the new Secretary General of the Arab League would have to deal with. Plus, of course, Libya, Yemen, and there is a big question mark hanging on the Arab Summit. Morocco regretted hosting it, and then now Mauritania expressed its willingness to host it next July. So let's see. That would be the first line of business facing the new Secretary General of the Arab League. Anyhow, to sum it up, I guess the new Secretary General will have a lot of work on his hand, and let's hope he would succeed in handling them.
Yeah. If he is going to prioritize files, Ambassador Hariri, from your own perspective, which is the file that he should work on first?
Definitely. The Arab League deals with political issues, with economic, social, human rights issues, and during the last 5 years, the Arab League has done its best to deal with this moment of change in the history of the Arab world that has impacted the work of the Arab League. So I believe